Yo, welcome to the Idiots with Internet. I'm here with Pat. Pat, how you doing?
Dude, rocking and rolling. It's a great day. Early August. It's starting to get chilly at night, so I'm sleeping phenomenally. Warm during the days, so you might hear that air conditioner. Sorry for the audio quality. And if you can see me, well, I'm sorry for the video too.
Yeah. Well, I would say you're looking better than usual, Pat. Excellent haircut, and you look like maybe you lost a bit of weight. Anyways, let's get down to the hard-hitting brass tacks topics that have been going on in America and all throughout the world, right? So Trump almost got assassinated. Kind of crazy, right? What can you say? Half the people in the world say it's a made-up thing that Trump orchestrated, and then half the other people say it's incompetence. I'm going to be the one to tell you that Trump isn't your president right now. So no matter what you think about Secret Service, it's not going to be the same as if it's an active president.
Not either of our presidents.
So number one, just keep that in mind before you start making conspiratorial theories, about what's happening. Number two is understand there's about 5 different law enforcement elements at that place doing their thing. So you have local police, sheriff, state police, probably some Coast Guard or SWAT.
Well, you also have like Secret Service and like some private,
and then, but I'm going from the bottom and then up to the top. So, there's so many things that people are saying, and I want to kind of set the record. Like, before you start pointing the finger or being conspiratorial, just do some research. Think about how things really work. Whether it's radio transmission, if I hit my radio, press the button, I have to wait 1 second before I'm able to be heard clearly, that I have to talk clearly into the radio. It's going to take then 1 or 2 seconds, depending on how long my transmission is, how long I spoke, for them to get to someone else. And then that's got to go up and up and up the chain, right? To get to Secret Service. Not a big deal. But when people are all shitty about it. People are they're eager to point out flaws in things or find a conspiracy theory that matches what they've been thinking.
That's how people work in general. It's always pointing fingers. It's not about how many times he didn't get shot. It's about the one time that he did get, nipped in the air.
Yeah. And then there's this, oh, well, he was only this far away and, he should have been able to hit him, even if he was aiming for the head. Okay, fair enough. He was very close. And with even just an iron sight rifle.
A shift in the wind to the left, and it would have been just a guy in the back that gets winged. If it was a shift to the right, he would have got him right there.
I'm talking when this guy was going up to the roof, he was spotted by civilians and then police.
Oh, yeah.
So now imagine yourself in that guy's shoes, the shooter, right? So you're some kid. You're not a well-experienced man. You probably don't know how to handle a weapon. Apparently, he was on a shooting team, but wasn't very good. So he knows how to handle a weapon, but he's not very good at it, right? Now add the pressure of you're going to kill the potential president of this. You're going to perform an assassination.
Former president.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Okay. Then also you're caught pretty much before you even get to your shooting position. That's way
you got like a timer going already.
Man, like in your brain, you would be thinking any second I'm going to get a bullet through my head. And a lot of these people on the internet are saying, "Oh, this is bullshit." Blah 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 blah. Like, but he wasn't. By thinking that, and that's probably why he was inaccurate with the shot. That's probably why he moved around a lot on the top and tried to make it look like he wasn't setting up as a sniper. I have my own opinions, but I do know what is true within security, and it's very possible that this was just bad coordination and bad preparation.
As far as anything goes from research and documents that I've seen, is just a lone actor, and he was pretty much going after anybody he could. I don't believe that it was like politically motivated. It was just the next person that was available in like a public forum.
Also, people are like, oh, it's obvious that the left would want this to happen. And look, man, oppositions aside, you need to just look at what actually happened and why it didn't happen the way. I don't really know the words to describe it, but you have to have an open mind. You have to understand not everyone's perfect. Not everyone is on the same page all the time. Secret Service is not a SEAL team. Yes, they're very capable operators. They're very good at what they do. Yeah. But then again, you need to understand this is not the active president.
Yeah.
Obama is a former president. He has Secret Service for the rest of his life, but it's not going to be on the high intensity capabilities that an active president would have. This is number one. Number two is, link in command, link in chain, communication errors. Okay, fair enough. So we can now say, anyone who watches this podcast, please just calm the fuck down. If you think this is some inside job, just chill on that, Next.
And also chill on all the bullshit Olympic stuff too. Yeah, I hate my feed being a mix of like political intrigue and conspiracy theories, and then just stuff I don't care about. I've recently been seeing in my timeline people putting up videos of synchronized swimming. Do not get me wrong.
No one cares about
women
it.
In one-piece swimsuits, thumbs up. What I don't care about is 5 of these people swimming really fancy like all at the same time.
And no one cares. No one cares. And it's like watching volleyball too. I like watching volleyball, but it's not for the sport.
No,
I'll be the first to say it.
It's one of those things where like you just put on in the background muted. Yeah.
And just
I'm
look
there for the show.
You're like, wow, this is nice.
Very even when they lose, people. I still feel like I've won.
Exactly, dude.
It's exactly. I don't have a specific team. I cheer for them all. Although I'll be honest, I am a fan of the Brazilian team.
That is, they're very athletic. We'll say it like that. They're very athletic.
Non-athletic countries, though, did you hear the Philippines just got their first ever Olympic medal?
First ever. I would have never guessed that.
The country, the Philippines, had never won a single Olympic medal before this year's competition in France. So Michael Phelps had more medals than an entire country for years.
Well, it's Michael Phelps. I mean, he's built like a dolphin and such. So
yeah, and honestly, I don't even know what the Filipinos won for. I want to say it was like table tennis or something shit like that.
It's probably something along those lines, it's either that or talking to dolphins. I assume there's a lot of dolphins in the Philippines, and what they speak in clicks and stuff, and they're it's kind of similar to dolphin language. Pull that up, Jamie. See if there's any any relevance there. A lot of dolphins in the Philippines? No?
So there are some dolphins. That is a thing, for sure.
But they don't talk to them.
As much as anybody else, although some white people have definitely had some very close relationships with dolphins. Something people don't understand about dolphins, specifically swimming with dolphins, get your kids out of room for this one. Dolphins use rape as an intimidation tactic. Yeah. So, if you ever go swimming with dolphins and they freak out, careful, because they'll just turn and rape you.
They'll fuck you.
Yeah, and similar to sharks, porpoise have very rough skin. So, it's just sandpaper rubbing on your bare back because you're not wearing chainmail when you're going swimming with dolphins. You're thinking I'm going to have a great time. Flippers over here. My auntie's got the camera. The kids got an ice cream. Oh, we're having a great time. No, you're not. Your eyes
Flipper's about to fuck your whole day up.
He's going to fuck more than just your day.
He's going to fuck your kids. If they're in the water, he's going to fuck your kids.
Well, while you're bubbling screams from under the water, your whole family's there. Your kids licking an ice cream cone, watching you take it from behind, freaking half fish. It's not. I don't want to go back to Florida. Is really what this is a summarization of saying. Is between BS politics, people with bows in the streets and getting raped by dolphins. I'm not going to Florida. I'll just wait for GTA 6 and enjoy Vice City.
There we go. See, that's the punchline, right? Because at first I thought,
Where's
I
this
didn't know where
going?
you were going. I'm
How
like,
are we
what the
rounding
fuck
home
is
base?
happening? Yeah, like you're saying a bunch of nonsense. And then, Florida, okay, I'm relating. And then also GTA 6, when it does come out, it's going to be fantastic. And
I
we're
would
going to
rather just
get
like
to
pick up my
literally be a
controller
Florida man.
instead of my pistol. I
Yeah.
I feel as though that's a far better way to consume that wasteland of a vestige that is America. Like I'm glad that it hangs off in the ocean.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Vestige. That's the word of the day.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Guess I have to have a sip of some water for that.
You got to. Yes, exactly. Hydration. I'm putting the high in hydration.
Anyways, let's talk about something completely different, right?
Okay.
Like what Monty Python used to do. And now for something completely different.
Yeah.
Let's talk about England with all that Brexit shit. And now everyone's just throw away the key. Like no one's talking about it. No one gives a shit. What's going on there?
So from what I've heard, actually, I've seen a documentary or two about Brexit, and like it seems in retrospect that a lot of the political figures that had a vote in it, whether it was like parliamentary or other English political figures, they wanted the government to change. They wanted like a shakeup. They wanted something different.
They wanted an American revolution, but no one wants to pick up a rifle and make things happen.
They wanted a change in the status quo. They didn't think things were going the right way. And they thought the idea of Brexit was going to be such an extreme move, and showing political force towards that extreme move would push the pendulum a little bit towards like the medium. But unfortunately, so many people voted for it that they left the fucking EU, and now everything's all jacked up.
Good. It's not good.
Yeah. And Boris Johnson, who was in charge of England for a little while.
That guy is the English Gary Busey. Can I just say that? The English Gary Busey.
Yeah, I love that. People have called him the British Donald Trump, and I like the Gary Busey thing a bit more.
I mean, I don't know. He's not Donald Trump. He's just such a goofball. He looks weird and shit.
Yeah.
So I just And
Gary Busey's a people goofball. Like tea and biscuits in his driveway before while doing an interview.
That's absolutely insane. We don't live in 1800s
That's why I like
anymore.
The Gary Busey reference a little bit more, because Donald Trump would just be like, that cracker was $9.99.
I feel like the only time Donald Trump would actually hang out with people is if they're wealthy enough to play golf with him, right?
Or his daughter.
Or his...
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have an incredible, want for blondes, but geez Louise, I have not seen someone want to bang their own kid. I was going to say since Sean, but I'm going to actually just go with Woody Allen. I think Woody Allen's a better reference.
Just call him Woody Gill or,
Woody Gill.
Hey, when's that guy coming out? He must be coming out in a couple of years, dude.
No, I'm pretty sure he's back out.
Oh, for real? Already?
Yeah.
That was very fast.
I guess good behavior. I have no clue. I don't know.
When I visited Mills the last time I saw him, visiting his parents, and I don't know. I didn't know that guy anymore. So I hope he finds his peace, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. He probably should have spent more time in if he's out now.
Well, that's one of the things is sometimes you think you know somebody, but you don't. And I guess that's just one of those things where everybody has a deep, dark secret down inside, and some people's aren't as deep as they think, and they're darker than they should be. And
like MOP. You know MOP?
No.
I don't know. I'll dox him. Mike LaPointe. Like fucking weird dude. Mad weird guy. MLP.
That guy was definitely trading his booty hole for rent. But I know some frauds that do that too, so I can't really knock him that hard.
Yeah, but he was also apparently going to shoot up Parrish Hill. Like that was a big thing back in the day.
Overblown. So I knew the guy.
Maybe,
we were friendly enough. So he was going to escape into the woods with another young male, and they were both going to start a new life.
And they're going to do like gay stuff. That's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
But here's
okay
the twist.
With that.
Here's how that day played out.
But the guy was underage.
His buddy didn't show up.
Oh
no. Yeah, his gay lover didn't show up to go out into the woods with him and start a new life my side of the mountain. He chickened out. So this dude was rolling around on a 4-wheeler with some long guns and like a whole bunch of camping gear looking for his lover. And that guy was in history class.
Well, it's our daily or our times Romeo and Juliet, I guess, you know. I don't even know what MLP is doing now. He could be in jail. He could be in a homeless shelter. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm pretty sure that guy tried to fuck me. Like by hanging out with me.
I'm pretty sure he tried to fuck both of us or tried to get us to bang him. Well, if that's just like.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
I was trying to be a nice guy, give the guy the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, he's just a nice fella or whatever. And now looking back as a grown man, I'm like, pretty sure that guy was trying to fuck me.
Yeah.
That's not okay, you know?
Uh-huh.
And that's that kind of sick bullshit, you know? We got this other guy.
In that same retrospect, though, you got to look back at some situations and be like, I think that chick would have let me slide right in.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think there are some horse-faced women we know growing up that would like to have been a lot closer to a lot of us.
Well, sure, like Jean Marie. I mean, she's never going to watch this podcast.
And then specifically
she gets literally everything else that comes to her because she hit my friend and sucks. And
unfortunately, I know a lot of guys that have come to her. Wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shitty. But anyways, we're doxing this. Hey, guess what? We're the idiots with the internet. We're doxing people now.
And if you want and if you subscribe, you can get more notifications directly to your inbox.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's anyways, what now for something completely different, huh?
And now for something new.
Yeah. The status of the world. I don't know what Americans call it anymore. Status, data. Don't care. Okay. What do you think will happen in the next year? Do you predict something will be stable? Or should we have some maybe increase in violence or some woke shit on the down low? And, you know, like, what do you think is going to happen? I'm curious because you live in the States. You see and hear things. I'm not there. So
realistically, I don't think a whole lot's going to change. That's what the people that actually run the country would prefer is if things just sort of stayed as they were for a while. I don't think that the general populace, honestly, is as divisive as it seems on the internet. When you go to the convenience store or, you know, down to get some groceries or something, I don't think people are really as broken up as a lot of news outlets and media want to make you think. If you look for differences, you'll find them. If you look for similarities, you'll find those. And I think
it's kind of like
most people are generally alike. You know, we want our parents to be healthy and do well. We want ourselves to be healthy and do well. We want a burgeoning community and a solid economy. We want the world to like share in happiness and joy and everybody have a certain amount of freedom. I think that the people that actually run the country want to make more money. And if there are riots in the street and strikes in the factories, they don't get to keep enjoying those trillions of dollars. Yeah. I think the military-industrial complex will continue right along because it keeps people in fear in a very general way, which is a wonderful tool to use against the populace, and they will continue to do so. It has been effective in the past and will be in the future. So whether they are large or small, we will continue to fight enemies that don't truly exist.
All right. Before you continue, because this is getting very real, and almost like you're being like a politician now. Like, what has happened shall not happen again, and we will
it's quite the
continue to
opposite.
fight.
I think it's going to
But
continue.
you know, yeah. But not Kamala Harris, what she's been saying. But you know what I mean. I think now we need to just.
It sounds like a Orson Welles speech.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like those are some of the people that I listen to. Like, it's definitely influential to me because that's in a way the lens I see the world through.
Yeah, man.
And also not drinking has like helped my brain do brain stuff better.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. It's always going to help. If you stop drinking, you're going to be able to think clear. You know,
Yeah,
or
completely stop drinking.
If you're drugging too
I'm
hard,
actually, this is just me. All I did was heat it up, and I'm no drinking. I don't do water. I don't do Gatorade. Nothing. 100%. I only eat now. I consume all of my water through food. I have completely given up drinking. I actually have a dehumidifier.
It's like the only,
the
only protein that I'm actually bioavailable to me now at this point, based on my diet, is my own semen, and I consume that on a daily basis. So
what I do is I eat a lot of iceberg lettuce. I go through probably.
But that makes the cum taste better, right?
Well, it's the only way I can get liquids into my body in a solid way. I honestly think watermelon's a little bit cheating, even though you're mushing it around in your mouth. Like, I've cut the line at yogurt. Like, it's just not solid enough to be food, because I can just shake it really
Gert's
hard.
Never been good. Gert's never been good in my opinion.
Is not Go-Gurt.
Like, it's not good. Food. Gert, like, just Gert. I call all yogurt Gert, but Gert, it just ain't. It ain't. Something I don't know what the Greeks in did, but they made that not good, man. Yeah, and they put like goat semen or goat milk in it. I don't like it.
That's probably what it is. It's just cum.
It's something. It's like tzatziki. Tzatziki is just like goat cum and something else.
Typically. Oh my god! Speaking of goat cum, I was watching some like Indian travel channel the other day, and this guy got so sick. Oh my god! It was that Sunnyside guy from a Best Ever Food Review, like world famous, and he rolls up and he's sweating. Don't get me wrong, it's like 105, and he's in the middle of a city. So I don't know if it was just fear, or if it was just straight up fear. Like, he's looking at that pot of like,
he's like, do I have a parasite?
Well, he's like, I'm going to have a parasite by the end of the day. Whether or not I have one now, I am going to have one. And he's looking at like this bubbling pot of brown stuff with a thin layer of red grease on the top. And his guide's just like, one. And they just slop it all on a clearly dirty dish and just like slide it over. Yeah, with like, it's so wet, a bunch comes off the side. It was just
can we talk about India's hygiene on the street? It's obscene.
The lack thereof.
Fucking 1,000 flies and bare hands touching meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not allowed.
No,
right?
So
it's not allowed.
I do want to preface this very disgusting conversation we're about to have by there is a temple that is famous for housing rats in India. So they
so it's Master Shredder's temple. It's Master Shredder's temple from literally the Ninja Turtles. That's where they got it from. They were like, there's this place in India, they praise to a rat god, it's Master Shredder.
And they just let them run around and like nibble on everybody's food and like take their meat and like right off their plate.
I think I've seen this. I think I have seen this on like Ripley's Believe It or Not way back in the day in the 90s. I think I've seen this.
Lifestyles of Rich and Famous with Robin Lee.
Something like maybe that was it. Yeah.
It was definitely not
it. Yeah, okay. But well, I mean, it could have been. So anyways, so these people, they go there, they just have literally the Black Plague festering beneath their feet in the temple walls, everything. And they go there and they allow this to continue to happen. Why? Why? It's just you know what really bothers me, dude? Indian people. The stereotypical American.
Oh no, I'm gonna definitely clip just that bit of audio right there.
The fucking stereotypical American saying is you want a Jewish lawyer and you want an Indian doctor. You would think Indian doctor. Well, why? Oh, well, they're very good at their craft. Hey, they come from the dirtiest fucking place on the planet with the most like foodborne parasites and shit.
Right.
Why
They're
the
just
fuck
physically resistant.
do I want their fingers inside my body?
I mean,
man.
This guy is just straight finger banging this food.
Dude, every single fucking short on YouTube, when you look at Indian food, it's just a guy with literally 1,000 flies around. And there's like an ice bowl that's like piss colored, and that's what he's rinsing his hand in. He's like, oh, well, it's cold, so it's not going to transfer bacteria. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
I've seen a number of times where they just like wash their hands in the liquid that they're going to serve to you.
Dude.
And like,
it's insane. It's insane. Like,
I mean, this person's literally standing on food right here.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like, yo, and those hands there, they touched everything. There's this guy called Super Ray 4K, 14K on Instagram or YouTube, and he just like comments over this shit. He's like, hey, yo, man, this motherfucker, he don't give a shit no more, man. He done. He not only homeless, but he cooking food on the streets or what, he's saying the N-word and things. It makes it more funny because I'm not black, so I'm not as funny as them. But anyways, that got racist very quick. Either. Well, things are only racist unless you make them racist. And I think I unfortunately just made something I said racist now for something completely different. The Hamas-Israel thing, right? All Jews should be dead.
I don't know about that, but I know the terrorist group.
That's what Hamas wants, right?
Oh, yeah. I believe that is part of their thing.
Now get this, right? If you were to clip what I just said without actually getting the whole context of the story, you would be like, oh, Alex is a racist. Like, oh, that's cool. I mean, fair enough. Everyone has their own opinions, but certainly I am not racist. I've lived with many, many people. Now, Hamas and Israel, I think really what has to happen is like a gladiator sort of thing. We just need to get them in like the Colosseum and make a tournament and settle it that way, because they will not talk about a peace treaty. They will not figure out how to live side by side. So, okay, extermination it is, but it shall not be by America or Japan or fucking China or Turkey or Russia. None of that. No. Figure it out yourself. Go to a goddamn circle of death somewhere, so have you, right?
The Kumite.
Figure it out. Yeah, like a Kumite, dude. Fucking, why not? Why not?
I think that's not a terrible idea. We get one representative from every religion, and we pit them together in a 1v1 tournament style. We make an entire shonen manga arc of this.
Yes.
And, we broadcast it for free. It's, I want to say nightly, but it can't be, because you do it at the same universal time. So it's like, midnight in England, it's 2 p.m. and but it happens live, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to say no 20-second delay, just because realistically you're tuning in for live death, which is
and I want to hear them scream. Like, I want to hear them say, like,
that's a perfect title too, live death. The oxymoron nature of that, and it is what you're getting.
Dude, DSFC, Death Scream Fight Club. That's it. Death Scream Fight Club, dude. It's literally a fight club in the mountains of Turkey where there are no rules. And people can sign up and just go and settle it. Just fucking settle it. Figure it out.
As I've heard before, if you go deep enough in the woods, there are no laws.
Exactly. By the way, disclaimer, I mean, we have this on our page, but everything we talk about is literally just silly goose stuff. This is not the opinions of us personal people. We're sort of portraying characters as we are on the podcast. If you know me in person, this is really not my ideals. I'm way more pacifist and just let people do what they want. But I got to do something funny sometimes, or try to be funny and edgy, right?
And most people, as organized as I come off here on the podcast, I could never get an actual battle of the religions to happen. I wouldn't even know where to hold it or anything. How do you coordinate the flights? How do you get
Dude,
them
I
to,
wouldn't
like,
even be able to.
who's a representative? Everybody's gonna go for like the biggest dude, right? Like all of a sudden Brock Lesnar
Yeah,
is a
and like,
Buddhist.
yeah, how do I find people to sign up? Like, I don't know anyone who's willing to fight to the death for their own beliefs, but yet they sure are keyboard warriors. I'll tell you that.
There are people who would like the opposing side to die for their beliefs. That's the key in a cleansing of the people. It's to get the other side to die for their needs. I would die for my country, but I want them to die for this country instead.
Yeah, it's a shitty way to think. Like, I don't want anyone to die. I just want people to open their eyes. Like, I want people to realize that everyone is just the same as you are, but maybe in a different circumstance. Maybe had
I
a
don't know.
different
There was
upbringing.
a freaking red chorus I kind of wished you had on earlier. It's.
Well, yeah, me too. There's a few I could say, yeah, I wouldn't be so sad if they died, but any loss of life is loss of life, and it's if it's
but it's not like I'm
it's
searching out
really
the
not
Death
cool.
Note or anything. I'm not trying to make it happen.
No. Oh God, no.
I'm not going all Tiger King trying to get somebody knocked off either. Like
God damn Carol Baskins.
To summarize this whole episode, I think the best way to put it is, if you want good service, pay for good service. Never haggle on a hired killer. Like,
yeah. And I mean, there's more advice to be said there, but I
don't know. The whole thing about seeing, the divisiveness of America is just kind of a sham of the media, and how if you look at the similarities in people, I don't know. That sounds a little hokey. I like the idea of not haggling over murder. Like, there's a fair price you pay for things.
Dude, I think the summary of this episode needs to be an old YouTube video that you used to find, or E-Bombs World, even before YouTube. It's called Read a Book. And you have to put N-word after it. And I know it's going to seem really racist when you look this up. It's going to be like, wow, you're taking a shot at black people. No. It's about opening up your eyes and reading a fucking book. Maybe become a little more educated before you start spouting off at the mouth or tippity tapping on your keyboard, That's all. Have an open mind, man. I mean, yeah, man. Don't be tippity tapping so much. The fuck? You think your opinion really matters? Let me tell you something. Our opinion matters more. We have a podcast, and our opinion literally means nothing, but it means more than keyboard warriors. At least we have an open opinion. We try to make people laugh. We're not trying to shit on people all the time. Don't be a troll. Don't be a keyboard warrior.
I mean, we are sometimes trying to shit on people, but realistically,
of course,
what you guys need to do is just
oh shit, here we go.
Read a book.
I fucking love the reading rainbow, bro. I might start crying.
Read a book.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
And let's just pause that before the strike happens. I don't know. That seems like it's more than 6 seconds, but oh man, reading Rainbow, the formative years we had as youth. Nowadays, everybody's stuck up on Logan Paul, or I don't know what any of this new bullshit is for kids to consume. I mean, honestly, you spend some time getting lost in a great book series. Watch some.
Read a book, dude. Yeah, read a fucking book, man. Read some books. Get a different opinion on things, or just read a fiction novel, like fucking, nonfiction. Like, fun. Get away instead of looking at your goddamn computer or watching us. I mean, we're kind of just doing this for our own fun and documenting. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, no offense, viewers, but should probably go read a book instead of watching us sometimes.
You could try and do both. Maybe you're reading a book and you got us, idiots in the background, just kind of quiet, so you're not really paying attention.
smoke some meth, snort an Adderall, whatever you have to do to multitask. Read a
do
book
the
and listen
both.
to our
Do the both.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's it. Do it both. I'm cool with that too. Do it safely though, please. So that's it, man. Normally at the end of the podcast, we have Pat talk about something very meaningful. It's I was thinking of a word to call it, or like a segment to call it, like, wisdom from Pat, or Pat's pitter papper or something. But we used to do that, right? I like that. I would like to continue. So Pat, if you're ready, please take the stage and maybe give some wisdom. I know it's on spot.
I would say one of the biggest things to focus on right now is internally. You got to think more about yourself. As selfish as it sounds, you've got to think about what you've got going on in your life. It's part of triage in war. If a supply or transport is hit, the doctors, the first thing they got to think about before they can help other people is, are they able to physically go and help other people? When you're on an airplane, they say put on your oxygen mask and then assist other people in doing the same. You got to be aware of your situation, take care of yourself. Whether it's your health, whether you got to look around your apartment and go, man, if I invited a chick over, she'd never want to be part of this. Right? You got to think about, self-maintenance, and also wash between your toes. It's getting gross. We all smell that shit.
Yeah, man. I feel that. All right, man. Well, it's been great. And until the next episode, thanks for sticking in with us, guys.
Bye, y'all.